Welcome to Battle Talk. I am Don Battlehawk, and I'm here for another piece of clickbait. That's right. No, I'm actually here for something totally different than clickbait today. All right. Thank you all for watching my almost 18-minute special on the business of the UFL attendance. Why we should stop caring. You may continue to watch that if you'd like. And that would be wonderful. But what we're here for today is something a little different than that. No, the Thursday show. Yep, that's what it is now. Let me look. It is Thursday. And we have my Week 9 UFL picks. And I'm just going to go over it, and then I'm going to talk about some of the stuff, and then we're going to wrap it up. This will not be a 17-minute or 18-minute episode today. So, the first game, Defenders at Storm. Sorry, Defenders, I'm picking the Storm for this one. I think, and we'll know for sure based upon the results of this first game, but I think maybe you'll get the second one. Stallions at Aviators. Stallions. Sorry, Aviators. Renegades at Kings. Renegades. I told you last week they were due, and I feel like they still are. Battlehawks at Gamblers. Battlehawks. So those are my picks. The Storm, Stallions, Roughnecks, and Battlehawks will win this weekend. Remember, I picked based on facts times feelings divided by Britney Spears juggling knives plus the square root of if Aaron Rodgers' wife is real or just a girl from another school he made up. All right, so must-wins this weekend are the Renegades, the Stallions, the Defenders, the Kings, the Gamblers, and the Battlehawks. They must win, or their fan bases will be sad. It doesn't necessarily mean that if certain of these teams don't win, that they will be eliminated from the playoffs with a Week 10 win. It just means that they must win this week. For any number of reasons that I'm not going to get into that are actually classified. All right, here we go. The Aviators are also on the must-win category. And they could make the playoffs if everyone else gets some kind of a loss and there's like a weird tiebreaker. Or if all the teams die. Or if they all get lost at sea. The Aviators, that's their chance. The Storm can blow it all off. They don't even have to try. They can put fourth string high school team in their uniforms, send them on out there. They don't have to do it. Teams that will be looking to prove something, DC, right? Without QB1, without Teamu, how are they going to do? Well, they want to prove something. If they can beat the Storm and clinch a playoff spot, that will really be good for them. STL, they have to prove it was just a fluke loss, that it was just a fluke, that the Gamblers, they can't do it again. That's an important thing that's something to prove. The Kings, right? To have a winning record. That's what they got to do. They got to win this game, and then they got to win the next game, right? In order, they want to have, for the first time ever, they'll have a winning record if they win this game. I think they're at 500 the last I looked, but to be honest, I was tired when I looked. Dallas to show they're for real right after those 3 wins, and then not winning, and then having a pretty good game last week and not winning. They got to show they're for real. They got to get the mojo back. They got to show us. The Reed's got to show us that he's the real deal. And better they win this week than next week, if you know what I mean. All right, so let's see here. Birmingham, right? They want to be a winning team again. Now they have won, but they want to be a winning team, and they want to make the playoffs. They want the beginning of the season to be a growing pains hiccup. So they want to be a winning team. So they got something. This game means something. Even if it's not like a fight for the playoffs, these games do mean something. Gamblers, to show it wasn't a fluke that they beat St. Louis. That's what they want to do, right? Now, Orlando, I guess not to get used to losing. before trying to win a game that matters for them again. And I'm so sorry that the UFL has at least one game for the next 2 weeks that doesn't matter. I know, to me, that's just a stupid, ridiculous, nonsensical stuff. I don't know how you could play in a sport and that, I mean, it's got to matter to someone, right? Let's say you have all your second string guys out there. It's got to matter to them. And to talk about how something doesn't matter, I don't know, man. If that's the case, just don't show up to play the game. If DC loses, that's going to be a really bad sting for them. It's going to sting bad. Because they were the champions. And they were allowed to keep their team mostly intact. Man, I am not a DC fan. I was for one game, the championship game last season. But I am a Te'amu fan, and I hate to see him injured. That's all. All right. I am Don Battlehawk, and this has been Battle Talk. And I will see you tomorrow for a Ja'Cory Peasy Pearson player profile. Have a good day.